Wacha nisikie makofi ya rais, makofi ya rais, makofi ya rais.
Good morning, everybody. Hamjambo. Bas, you can take your seats. Mr. Deputy President, all the other leaders present here, members of consulting firms, our construction companies, and the people of the moment, interns in the construction industry. Everybody, I want to welcome you this morning to this very important occasion. I am very happy, truly, that we are having this meeting. When I see the men and women here, professionals from the construction industry, professionals who are planners, surveyors, quantity surveyors, engineers, whether they are electrical engineers, they are mechanical engineers, structural engineers, people who work in the ICT space, and the host of professionals that are represented here today, I am very proud that indeed the housing program is maturing and we have professionals, we have workers, we have companies, we have consulting firms in the equation. And let me begin first by saying that this moment is a very consequential moment, so to speak. Very consequential because our country, Kenya, I remember when we went out for the campaigns, one of the single most asked matter by citizens was the millions of young people who get out of school, get out of college, get out of universities, and there isn't a concrete plan on how and where they are going to work. And it was one of the issues that has always been discussed in this country. And therefore, we set out to have a conversation. And we set out to have a plan. And we put our ideas together. And we rolled it into a manifesto. And today, this is one of the meetings that confirms that the manifesto was not a piece of paper, that the manifesto was not a newspaper, that it was about a plan, about real issues affecting real people. My very able deputy has told you that we had to set the base. We had to put together the foundation upon which we were going to run all our other programs. And that foundation was the soundness of our economy. I know the conversation about the economy sometimes looks too lofty and sometimes in very strange figures and language about inflation, about GDP, and all the other things. But let me just put it simply. that we had a very serious challenge as a country in 2022. Of the 5 countries in Africa that everybody believed globally that they were going to default on their foreign financial obligations, Kenya was among them, because we had the largest Eurobond debt of $2 billion. And so everybody expected that Kenya was going to default. And indeed, of the 5 countries that everybody expected to default, 4 defaulted. Kenya did not. Yes. And I say so proudly because it is us, the people of Kenya. It is the government of Kenya. It is the professionals that we have in this country that we sat together, figured out, eliminated what was not necessary, removed unnecessary subsidies in fuel, in unga, in all manner of places, cut down on expenditure. I remember we had to reduce the budget. We went to parliament. We reduced the budget by 300 billion Kenya shillings. And it was tough, you know. But those decisions we made, difficult as they may have been, necessary because they were, made our country escape the shame of defaulting on our foreign obligations. We have since built a farmer foundation. We have made the necessary decisions. Today, I can confidently stand before this gathering and before the people of Kenya that our economy is way different from what it was in 2022. Inflation has come down from 9.6% to 4.5%. Our dollar exchange rate that had gone all the way to 165, today it is 129 and coming down. Just watch this space in the coming months. Our foreign exchange reserves that had come down to almost 2.5 months of import cover, about $7 billion. Today, our foreign exchange reserves has risen to $12.3 billion, the highest in Kenya's history. These are numbers that I am not telling you. These are numbers that are available in any financial metrics. Our economy has grown, and now we have overtaken Ethiopia, we have overtaken Angola. We are now the 6th largest economy in Africa. That is Kenya, by the way, just in case you are wondering which country I'm talking about. Yes, that is Kenya. The one that I hear some politicians say is a failed state. I think the failure is not in Kenya, the failure is in their small minds. And upon that foundation, we have built the rest of the plan. We have built the rest of the plan. And because I am talking to interns, I am talking to people who've just gotten out of college, out of university. We all know that any country that has made any meaningful development, they have done so by building their human capital. Education is significant And that is why today, as I talk to these interns, we are giving them an opportunity for you to go and experience in live infrastructure projects, not in simulated environments, in life what you have learned, and to sharpen the skills that you have learned, and to actualize some of the things that you learned in classroom. We have also equally rolled out a whole plan on how to make our education relevant to the requirements of today and the future. We have increased the budget by significant amount from $500 billion in 2022. This year, these members of parliament will tell you, we have a budget of $702 billion for our education sector. Why are we doing that? Because education is important. I see some people try to talk about education. And I want to tell them, in 2022, we had huge challenges in the education sector. We had a chronic shortage of teachers. We had a chronic shortage of classrooms. 21 of our universities were technically insolvent because of funding challenges. Most of our TVETs had serious problems because of funding. I stand here today to tell you that we have sorted out all those issues. Number one, we have hired, as of this January, 100,000 teachers in the last 3 years. No other administration in Kenya's history has done so. We have built 23,000 classrooms. And we have provided resources under our new student-centered model that does not give money to a university. It makes sure that every student is assessed as a student, and we give them scholarships on the basis of need and merit. And ask any vice chancellor today, ask any vice chancellor, they will tell you they can now pay salaries, they can pay their suppliers, they can even pay taxes, and the universities are getting out of insolvency. That is important. We have presided over two very important transitions when we set up the competence-based education, which I believe in 100%, because we must reform our education so that it is in tandem with the requirements of the future. And when we designed the competence-based education, it was supposed to make sure that education does not just be about formal learning and passing exams and that kind of thing. It was about transferring skills, creating knowledge, and making sure that we prepare our human capital for what is right and what is necessary for us to move Kenya to the next level. Today, exams have ceased being a life and death sentence. You accumulate part of your final result over time. Exams today only account for 60%. 40%, everything else accounts for it. There was a time exams were managed by the police because it was life and death. We have removed the police from managing exams. Exams is part of learning. It must not be a life and death issue. So, and I'm saying we have presided over 2 transitions from primary school to junior school. And this month, from junior school to secondary school. And I did say yesterday that no child should be denied an opportunity to be in class. Why? Because we have provided the resources for them to be taught. For the first time in our schools, capitation that normally gets to schools a month or 2 after schools open, we made sure that capitation was available in school before our students reported in class. And we provided the highest amount, 44 billion. And therefore, if we have provided money for teaching, and we pay the teachers, and we have the classrooms, there is absolutely no reason why anybody would keep our children out of school. And we have said we are going to look into this uniform issue, because uniforms are beginning to be another source of corruption. Some schools charge as high as 38,000 for uniforms. You know? And therefore, I have directed that there is no child who will be kept out of class because of uniform. Even if they have the uniform for the junior school, they can transition to secondary school with that uniform as they wait for the parents to organize themselves. So we are going to work with all the stakeholders, the other stakeholders, to agree so that we don't erect additional impediments to access to education. And that brings me to this meeting. Why are we here? We are here because the people of Kenya told us that among the most serious challenges we have as a nation, in every home, there is a child who has finished Form 4 or college or university, and yet they don't have a job. And because we spend 700 billion shillings every year on education, we must equally think on what happens when the pipeline through education gets out. What do they do? And that is why we designed a concrete, practical, intentional, deliberate program on how to create jobs in Kenya. We have a program running today which we are calling export of labor. And when I talk about export of labor, I am not talking about brain drain. I am talking about Kenyans who go to work abroad for 2-3 years, gain a different experience, and bring it back home and use it to develop our own country. We have 530,000 young people who have gone from Kenya to different parts of the world. Today, they are monetizing their knowledge, their skills, their expertise, their talents, and our remittances in Kenya has gone up by $1 billion, $1 billion. It was 3.8 billion in 2022. Today, it is $5.2 billion every year. we have a whole ecosystem that we are building in what we call the digital jobs space. We have spreading our fiber optic across Kenya. We've done 30,000 kilometers. We want to do 100,000 kilometers. We've gotten better engagement with business process outsourcing companies. Teleperformance, for example, the largest BPO in the world, has set up office in Kenya. CCI and other companies in the BPO space are engaging Kenyans, working in foreign companies, but working from Kenya. We have ICT hubs that we are building around the country. We have Jitume centers that are rolled out around the country. In every Tibet, we have made sure that there is an ICT hub. And today we have 300,000 Kenyans working in the digital space, earning money in dollars and working from home in foreign companies. Deliberate, intentional. And then we have public infrastructure. And that's why we are here today. Public infrastructure. And let me tell you, creating opportunities for employment using public infrastructure is not a new invention. You know? It is what is tested and tried globally. America, for example, in the 50s, for those of you who follow history, in the 1950s, the interstate highways that were built to get America out of recession created millions of jobs. It was intentional. If you go to Europe, if you go to Germany, for example, to get Germany out of recession, the autobahn industry was created to deal with roads, bridges, highways, and created millions of jobs. Recently, in Philippines, what they called build, build, build. Again, just recently, 2016 to 2022, Philippines created 6.5 million jobs using investment in public infrastructure. So what we are doing in Kenya is not an invention. It is what is tested, what is tried, and what works. When we rolled out this housing program, it wasn't a new thing. National Housing Corporation was registered in 1960? 1953, I'm told, by the chair there. Almost earlier than South Korea and Singapore registered theirs. Right? But we have been, battling with what we do with it. How do we do it? It was there. We went to slum upgrading. It was there in the manifesto of every political party. For the last 30 years, housing has been a permanent feature in every political party's manifesto. In fact, in the last election, housing was in the manifesto of Kenya Kwanza and was in the manifesto of Azimio. Right? But when it came to implementation, my friends, politics took the center stage. Oh, Zakayo, Sijui. That's how I became Zakayo, right? Never mind. At least today, we have close to 6,000 people here. Professionals, engineers, planners, surveying engineers, you know, electrical engineers, structural engineers, civil engineers, and a host of many other trades, painters, carpenters, masons, electricians, name them. We have a whole ecosystem of people, professionals who work now in our construction industry, building houses, building markets, building hostels, and the face and skyline of Kenya is changing. Yes, it is changing. Yes, it is changing. Go to anywhere, go to any big town. The face and skyline of Kenya is changing. And that is why I want to persuade you, and I am very, very, very proud of this moment, that Kenya is finally doing what is right. We are finally taking charge of our own destiny and changing our country for the better. Yes. You guys will be working in real, live infrastructure projects, either in a market or in a hostel or in a housing program. You will be there and you will experience firsthand that Kenya is changing. And you will help us. Your knowledge, your skills, your expertise is going to contribute to making sure that those projects are world-class standards. They are efficiently delivered. They are professionally handled. And they are safe for our markets and hostels for our students and houses for the people of Kenya. So I am really, really proud of this moment, that we finally are believing in ourselves. You know, for a very long time, politics has sabotaged our country. Negativity, believing in others more than we believe in ourselves, and speaking negative things about our country, believing that nothing can happen. You know, I've come a long way. Many people were saying, oh, this gentleman is lying to us. Oh, fertilizer was 7,000. He's saying he's lying to us. Today is 2,500. It's real. Oh, he was going to hire teachers. We have hired 100,000 teachers. It is real. Oh, so you SHA is real. 28 million people are registered today in SHA, and SHA is working. Oh, I don't know. The economy is not telling us the truth. Today, the numbers don't lie. Oh, affordable, this housing fund is a slush fund. They are going to steal all the money. Oh, you know, William Ruto is the one supplying cement. I don't know, he's supplying steel. Nonsense. Today, the houses are there. They are staring at these people. Stubborn, as always. So, good people, let us believe in ourselves. Let's believe in our country as we believe in God, because this country is going to be changed by us. And therefore, I charge you, young people. I say so because I'm old enough to be your father. Many of you are what, 30? Less? Yeah. Anybody who is below 35 is old enough to be my child. So, I want to charge you. The housing program today, we have signed contracts for 600 billion. How much? And this is our money. We didn't borrow it from the IMF. We didn't go to the World Bank. We didn't go nowhere. This is our money. We are using our money. We are engaging our companies, Kenyan companies. We are engaging Kenya's consulting firms, professionals. We are using our raw materials, and the young people of Kenya, including the interns who are here, are at it, transforming our nation. It tells you there is nothing that we cannot do if we believe in ourselves and if we provide the right leadership. If I was a coward, this project would not have happened. Vile wananipigia makelele hapo, Zakayo, maandamano, nini. This project would not be there. We would not be having this conversation with these many young people. So, let me ask you, as I finish, and to thank many people who believed in Kenya. Many public servants, public officers, working Kenyans who contributed to the housing fund. They are the heroes of this program. They are the ones who have made this program what it is. And I want to encourage them that every cent that they have contributed to the housing fund, I take full responsibility that it must be put to good use, and it must develop the houses, the markets, the hostels, money that was meant for it. I must thank our professionals, consulting firms. They are great patriots. Wapigie makofi. I know I haven't had a moment to say this, but I will say it again. These consulting firms, our architects, our engineers, our surveyors, and all the people who have made housing, markets, hostels possible, they have made a very big contribution. Just imagine, their fees ordinarily would be anywhere between 8% and 12, 13, 14%. Ordinarily, that's what their fees is supposed to be. I called these people. Jennifer was there, right? We sat in a room there called number 6. And I told them, listen, you know, this is our country. Let's believe in ourselves. You people, you do one house here, one house there, one block of flat there. We want to give you scale. Let us negotiate the fees. Do you know how much we pay them today? Instead of 14% or 10%, we only pay them 2%. And they have done a wonderful job. Wapigie makofi. They've done a wonderful job. When I write my book, finally, about this housing, these consulting firms will have 2 chapters. They have made a huge contribution. I recognize that. I really do. I recognize that. That you believed in this country, and you said, we also want to make a contribution as professionals. And today, as I roll out this program of interns, we are going to pay a small stipend to these interns. Yeah? And I want to say, as we pay a small stipend to these interns to be in, to help, for them to learn and help us supervise the sites, they will be working under the consulting firms. They will be literally part of your labor force. So we have consulted. I did ask the ministry to give me some numbers, and we have agreed that for the sacrifice you have shown as consulting firms, we are going to increase what we are paying you from 2% to 3%. But we are also going to give back something small. These people, these young people, we are paying them a small stipend from our side. Consider also to pay them a small stipend. Small. Kidogo. Kidogo. I am not going to give you any figure. You people go and decide. These are people who will be working in your offices. They will be helping you supervise your sites. Just be considerate and see how you can. Because much as they want to learn, they need to go home, come back, pay rent a bit here and there, and survive. Yeah? Are we together? So let me say this, I really must thank these people. Let me also, thank our contractors. When we say that we believe in ourselves, I did ask the ministry when we rolled out this program. It would have been easy for us to bring in the Chinese and tell them, okay, that you have the muscle, you can build for us faster, blah, blah, blah. But we said, this program must also provide an opportunity for us to grow Kenyan construction companies. This is also their moment. As we believe in ourselves, we must also believe in them. And I must congratulate Kenyan construction companies. 95% of those companies have been exceptional. They've done their job well. In fact, I have been wondering why ordinarily you'd go to a place and people will tell you, no, we don't want this company, bring us the Chinese, they are efficient, they are faster. But today, you have heard here, out of 800 companies, construction companies, only one is foreign. The rest are Kenyan. So we are also building corporations of tomorrow. These construction companies we are building here today, tomorrow they are going to work in the region and they are going to work globally. And so are the consulting firms. The consulting firms will have behind them a track record of what they have done. And when they apply for the next contract, they can list a retinue of products or projects they have supervised. And I am confident that they will access regional projects, global projects, as we develop all our other sectors. Let me conclude by saying this. The construction industry that I speak to here today is just 2 years old. We have 240,000 housing projects, some towards completion, some halfway, some in different categories. We have 400 modern markets being built across Kenya. We have hostels for 182,000 students in universities, TVETs, Kenya Medical Training Centers, and in other colleges under construction. As I have told you, we have contracts of 600 billion Kenya shillings. We have 500,000 Kenyans working. We have professionals from different fields working, and this program is just started. It's just started. We are going to be here in this construction space for the next 25 to 30 years. So, prepare yourselves. Yeah? Mujipange. And for you guys, this is a launch pad. It is not a stopgap. This is internship. Do you understand what I'm saying? It depends on what you do with this moment. It depends on what you do with this moment. This moment, the opportunity you have to be an intern will make you either the next professional, to work in the next consulting firm, to start your own. The future is yours to decide what you do with this moment. All right? I was told the dream is free, the hustle is not. Mwende mujipu. Lazima ujitume. Yeah? Sindio? So, you guys, you have a moment of history in your hands. All of us as a country, we have a moment of history in our hands. And we are not just talking about this construction space around housing markets. You've heard me. I have said recently in the State of the Nation address towards the end of last year that we are now scaling up. Kenya, for the next 20, 25 years, maybe 30 years, is going to be literally a construction site. The whole country. Right from State House here, you can see it is a construction site. Yes. And to every part of Kenya. We are rolling out, beginning this year, already we have 6,000 kilometers of road going on now, which we are finalizing. We are designing another 2,500 kilometers of highways. Rironi, Mau Summit is just the beginning. I have said we are rolling out Makutano, Embu, Meru, all the way to Maua. We are rolling out Nakuru through Nyahururu to Laikipia as a dual carriageway. We are taking from Mau Summit all the way through Kericho to Kisumu to Malaba, and from there to Nakuru to Eldoret to Malaba. We are doing, you have a list of where we are going. And we are doing another 28,000 kilometers of tarmac. Listen, it looks a bit crazy. We have built 20,000 kilometers of tarmac for 60 years. In the next 7 years, we want to build 28,000 kilometers. Sawa. And it's going to happen just in, as you see, in our lifetime. Up to 7 years in the other, we're going to do it. We must do another, and I'm talking about construction to get our country moving. We're going to do, as I have said, 50 new mega dams, 200 medium-sized dams, and thousands of small dams across the country. We're going to do another 10,000 megawatts of energy. And for your information, we have the money to do it. Yes. Tuko na pesa ya kufanya hiyo kazi. Mnanielewa? I know you don't believe me. We have the money to do it. Pesa is not the problem. The people, these professionals is not the problem. Look at these companies. Many people, if you told them we are going to build all these houses, wangekuuliza iko wapi kampuni ya kufanya hii kazi. Today, we have 800 companies, Kenyan companies, doing this job. Hakuna mtu tumeenda kutoa Ulaya kuja afanye. They have signed 600 billion shillings of projects, and they are doing them. Hiyo high-rise yote mnaona dunia hii yote. If you go to Kisumu, go to Migori, go to Kakamega, go to Bungoma, come to Eldoret, come to Nakuru, Thika, wherever, all those houses are built by Kenyan companies. We have what it takes to transform our country. And we have started the process of raising the money to do it. I said 5 trillion. Yes, we have the means to raise 5 trillion. Na itachelewa, by next year we will have raised all the 5 trillion. Na Kenya itasonga mbele. Sawa. This is not about politics. This is not about the next election. This is about transforming Kenya. Sawa. You know, and I want to ask some politicians. The other day, we all agreed that divesting, privatization, is a prudent way of raising resources. When we went to the market, today we are in the market on the Kenya Pipeline IPO. It's going to democratize the ownership of a public asset like Kenya Pipeline. Today, you as an intern, you can buy shares in Kenya Pipeline. And I want to ask you, I want to ask every Kenyan, with only 900 shillings, you can buy 100 shares of Kenya Pipeline. And you can continue and buy more and buy more and buy more. Let us all own a piece of the good that we have built together. But you will hear some people saying, why are you doing this? This is wrong. The same people who told us, who agreed with us, let's do it. We're saying we're divesting a portion of Safaricom to raise money. They tell us, oh, who negotiated? Where is the committee that negotiated for the price of the shares? Really? Any public listed company, the tested, proven, transparent valuation is done by the capital markets. It's done at the exchange. It's not done in boardrooms or by committees. So I want to tell those people who are giving us lectures about what we are doing with the IPO on Kenya Pipeline or Safaricom, they should spare us their political conmanship and intellectual deceit. We don't need it. We want to move the country forward. In the next 1 month, we are going to raise 110 billion shillings with the Kenya Pipeline IPO. We're going to raise another 240 billion, maybe, or thereabout, with the divestiture from Safaricom. That is 350 billion Kenya shillings. With 350 billion, we are going to leverage, and we will have between 3.5 and 4 trillion shillings to be able to run all our projects. Akili. Yes, that's what is required. For a very long time, politics has sabotaged our development, small-time politics, and that's why I tell these people, we are going to change Kenya in our lifetime. When I talk about moving Kenya from the third world to a first world, I mean it, and it is going to happen right before our eyes. It is going to happen. Tunaelewana, my friends? Tuko pamoja. So believe in yourselves and let us believe in our country as we believe in God. Nothing is impossible. We are going to change this country. Kenya is moving from third world to first world by all means possible in our lifetime. Sawa. I can go on, but let me stop there. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Another round of applause for His Excellency. I'll request that we kindly take our seats. Let's take our seats. Your Excellency, with your permission, will now transition to the panel discussion. Our first panel discussion is women in construction. It has been long said that it's a male-dominated industry, but through the affordable housing, there is proof